Hey everyone, welcome back to today's video. I hope you all are doing great. Well, Google just announced one of the best AI innovations in today's market, the Google I/O 2025. Well, these new tools or features or the new things that Google is going to bring is going to change the way we work, the way we interact, the way we create, and how productive we are in the digital market or in the digital world. This isn't just some random feature or a new feature being launched in Google I/O or something that Google is bringing up in the market. This is a benchmark that Google is setting in the market. It is making things easier so that anyone could use the platform from any part of the world, making it so easier that every single thing isn't just your tip of your finger, and also setting up a benchmark in the market for all their competitors and for the new competitors who are rising in the market. Google is just going to dominate in the near future. Well, from this Google 2025, the Google I/O 2025 update, there's a lot of things to take in and a lot of things to look into. Well, in today's video, I'll be talking about 16 insane AI updates from the Google I/O 2025, which you should keep a look on. So, buckle up, and without wasting more time, let's get started.
This week, Google unveiled its new AI tool called Flow. Now, Flow is a video generation tool. You type in the text or you type a scenario, and Flow turns it into a video.
Yesterday, Google unleashed the most intense barrage of AI hype bait, trust me bro benchmarks, and paywalled vaporware the world has ever seen. And it was awesome. Gemini 2.5 Deep Think crushed all other reasoning models like O3, and even the cheap Gemini Flash model was able to beat off O3 from the top spot. In the Chrome browser, Gemini will soon have the ability to navigate and use websites for you. Meanwhile, this new tool called Stitch will automatically generate and design UIs.
Welcome to AI Mode, the biggest transformation of Google search in 25 years. You may have spotted it recently if you're not in India, a new tab in your search bar, AI Mode. Tap on it and you're no longer just searching, you're talking to Google's in-house AI brain.
So, everyone, before we move into the actual part of the video, I have a small announcement to make. Well, over the period of time, I have not made videos related to programming, coding, and tech. And I had to stop this because of some of my personal reasons and some of the reasons which I can't really tell in this today's video. Well, after a long wait of time, my team and I have officially decided that we are restarting what we had left before with a new saga of something that we will be continuously working towards to in my channel Chronix. Well, Chronix is going to bring something called as the Codex series or Codex, where lot of things are being planned to be brought. And let me just say, there's a lot of things to keep an eye on. My team and I have planned so many new things that will just make programming, coding, and tech much more interesting, like how we had started our channel. Well, I'll be bringing up a separate video on this where I'll be explaining what I'll be bringing on, what are the things that we have planned, and what are those things that you need to keep an eye on. A separate dedicated video will be dropping in very soon, so stay tuned for that. All I can say is what we had left, we are going to restart with a new saga, with a new theme called as Codex, something that you need to keep an eye on. So stay tuned for that. Now, coming back to the video, let's talk about each of these updates one by one. The first one is V3, an insane AI tool which Google just launched. Well, when I say video and audio, right, it doesn't really go that handy, especially in the AI field. So when you think about creating an AI content or AI generated video, you also think about how we are going to bring in some audio that is, going to match it. And you have to use a lot of tools that you might not even know, and you need to figure out and get it right. Even today, OpenAI hasn't figured out a way where you can have a AI generated content and there's audio that can go properly. But let me say, Google just announced one of their killer product in the market, where you can not just create an AI generated content or a video, but related to that, there's an audio also that you can generate. You can mix it and it comes super real, super realistic, that makes anyone think that it isn't a AI generated video. Well, when I talk about AI audio or normal audio that's getting mixed with the video, it's not just normal audio. It's audio effects, audio that a person is talking to each other, or many other things that can just make the video content much more realistic. That's how powerful V3 is. And I was taken back when I get to know that Google launch video is also, or the Google I/O's launch video is also created with the help of V3. So just imagine the possibility that V3 has. Well, I think this is something that we all should keep an eye on. The second one is Flow. Google just announced another AI generation cinematic way of generating AI content in the most realistic manner. Now, when I say cinematic, you can create an entire storyline with the help of Flow. You give it away how you'd want a particular content to be or how a movie should be, and it will literally create the same. With you be able to create it in the way you want, cut it, crop it, make it much better, adding something new or generating something that has been never there before. All of these things within one click with the help of Flow. Now, Flow is quite similar to what I was told before, that is V3, as it's going to use V3 and Gen 4 to create all of these cinematic way of bringing content of, how we would want it, or AI generated content in the way you want. When I say that this is so good in creating those cinematic, videos or something, trust me when I say that I'm going to use Flow's content creation tool in my videos for sure, because it's that good when you talk about cinematic shot. It could be like a person sitting and things are just flowing back, or it could be a person who's just walking around and you would want something to be added and make it like going from the ground to the top. All kind of cinematic way that you can think of can be done with the help of Flow. So this is something that we need to keep an eye on, especially if you're a content creator or if you're someone who's going to use these kind of cinematic videos in your videos, or things that you would want to use in like presentation or maybe other platforms that you would want to upload content. And Flow is the next tool that you will have. The third tool is Lyria 2. Well, when you think about videos being generated, when you think about a cinematic shot being generated, when you think about all of these, how about having a music that has been generated? Or let's assume that you are a person who's into the music field and you want to create something different of a kind into the market or into the digital world. Well, Lyria 2 is just going to help you in that way. In this Google I/O 2025, they just showed us the way how Lyria 2 is so powerful in creating the way how you would want a music to be, the way of it changing the tone, the way how you would want it to be, the way how you want it to enhance and bring in those music elements the way you want. All of these things can be done with the help of Lyria 2. Well, this is a tool that will help you create those musics that you have dreamt about. It has those ability to blend in and blend out. It has those ability where you give it a proper way how you would want the music to come out, and Lyria will literally do it what you would want. And connected to this, what I can also mention is we too also have a platform called as McBay, which I've spoken about in the video about Spotify's AI powered feature in my video in Chronics, where I had announced that we have a new feature, a new channel, as well as a product that we have bought in Chronics, that is McWay, where we provide non-copyright background musics. So if you could be a content creator, a blogger, or maybe someone who's creating a presentation, or maybe some content that you want to create in the digital world, or maybe offline too, you would want non-copyright music. And that's where the non-copyright music of McBay comes in. You can check out the channel, you can check out the page. I'll also be dropping down the link in the description. Make sure you check out. But similar to that is Lyria, where you will be able to create all these kind of music just like how I and my team creates it for McBay. Similar to that, and you can use it in any of the content that you would like. Something that a music lover will really like. The fourth tool is called as virtual try-on. Now, have you ever wondered how a dress would suit me really well? The way I'm wearing the dress, will it really go well? Or if I'm purchasing a new dress which I just saw in Instagram, or if I just saw on YouTube, or maybe I just was scrolling on Google and I just figured out this dress which will look good. Have you ever wondered what if like there's a way that digitally I would be able to wear it and see if I really look good? And has there been a time when you purchase the dress and it really doesn't come out? Well, to solve this problem, Google just unveiled the virtual checkout or virtual try-on feature, where you will be able to check how those dresses or the way you want your dress to look on you just by taking your image or your virtual figure and then the image of the item that you're looking into combined, and it will show you how you would look. You can also have many other features that can be added onto it to have a better perspective of how you would look to it, and also to know will this dress really match the way. I think shopping is made much more easier with this tool. So if there's a person who's watching this video with a person who's going to shop a lot, I think Google's virtual try on feature is going to help you a lot. And also I feel this is also going to help those kind of companies who create clothes and branding on their clothes, because this kind of try on feature can be added in their website or their platform as a try on feature. Like if you are able to get an API out of this whenever it gets launched, I think it's going to help in that particular field where your customer is also able to try it on virtually and will be able to purchase it. I think this is a mind-blowing feature, especially in the world of clothing. So this is a tool that you need to look into. The fifth tool related to the tool which I spoke about previously, it is called as agentic checkout. Now imagine you have a particular dress or a particular product that you have been looking for or in your watch list from a long time, but you have an hesitation to not purchase it just because of the price or just because it's not available. Well, Google just made it much more easier. With this agentic checkout, it's going to give you the notification when the price drops, when the product is available, when is the right particular time that it is good for you to purchase this product. All kind of related information towards that will be there in just a click of a button. And it will not come in a different platform. It will just come in as a notification. You click on it, you see how it is. Once you're done, click on checkout. Once the checkout button is clicked, it will go to the checkout page, fill in your details. All those things will be done automatically. Click on the Google Pay button of Google and done. You have just purchased your new product. So I think this is something that's going to change how you're going to shop in the online world. The e-commerce field is also going to change if this kind of features from Google is going to come into the market. So keep an eye on the specific tool that is agentic checkout, because it's completely insane. The sixth one is Google's Android XR glasses. Now going back in time, when you think about Google glasses, which really didn't go well, not anymore. In today's world, when Google is bringing so many features, this is something like a game changer for them and particularly a physical product. Well, when you think about Google XR or Android XR glasses, it is quite similar to what Meta and Ray-Ban just collaborated to make, and glasses that is quite similar to that. So it is just like similar to that, but Android XR glasses is much more efficient, because it's like, having a virtual assistant in your eyes. It's going to see what you want, it's going to do those things what you want, it's going to understand those things what you want, all of these things in one single product that is on your near your eyes. It's going to understand the way what you see, all of these things in just one single thing. Now it's like, giving Gemini, the AI model of Google, the power to understand what you do regularly, your messages, your information, or what you're looking into, a translation of something, and talking to it all in one single thing with this, Android XR glasses, like a virtual assistant. That is how powerful it is. And in the launch video, they were just showing how well this Android XR glasses is, when talk about how the virtual assistant is such efficient. Like, you can ask question like, where did I leave something, and it will literally remember where you actually left a particular thing that you had, you wanted at particular period of time. So all of these things, storing of information, collecting those information, all could be done with this Android XR glasses, like a virtual glass with you going here and there. That's how powerful it is. Now the seventh one is called as Google Beam. Now, have you ever imagined, or have you ever wondered how it would be when you're in a Google Meet with someone, and if they could be, physically present right there, like a 3D model of them just talking in front of them, like an official meeting where they're there and you're talking to them related to business or related to some other thing, and it's just being there like hologramic way. And if you take some example, like if you talk about Marvel in their Avengers movies, you see a person is hologramically there, but hologram and hologramic, or how augmented reality is, it's still a question in today's world. But uh, how Google Beam is going to bring something like this is going to change the way how we are going to interact with a person in a virtual manner. Well, Google Beam, with the collaboration of HP, they are bringing a physical product, something another product, just like Android XR glasses, just like a physical product, where it's going to scan you the 3D model of yourself and show it to the other person, and virtually it's going to, how you're going to interact with in the Google Meet, it's going to do the same thing. You move your hand, it's going to move your hand. It's just going to be like a virtual AI model following what you do, and it's going to be for the other person, like, he's talking to the realistic person in a virtual manner. Something that is just going to blow your mind when you think about it. It's still like, something that I can't really process it in my head, but Google has a promise that they are going to do it, and I'm sure they're going to do it. And talking about those XR glasses and this particular product of Google, that is Google Beam, it's like, an AI generated, not more than generated, it's like an AI powered product that is being launched in the market, and there'll be millions of users who would be willing to use it, have it, and just going to make it the best use for themselves when it comes in terms of efficiency and comfort. That's where Google is tapping in, and that's where everyone should have a close look on. Now the eighth one is Google's AI mode in the search section. Now Google search was traditionally known for every single query that you want. You wanted to search a particular restaurant, you would go to Google. You would want to know particular information, you would go to Google. You want a particular document or an image or a file from the internet, you would go to Google. All of this was happening with the help of Google search engine, and one of the most powerful search engine till today in the market. Well, how would it be when there is a mix of AI coming into it? Well, that is what Google is looking into, and that is what they have given a promise in the Google's iOS 2025 launch event. Well, AI is going to be blended with the Google search section, where let's assume that you are searching for a particular product and you want to purchase it. Google's search section will do that, or Google search mode will actually go search all of these products in the internet, get those information what is particularly needed. Something like how Perplexity does it. It's going to go to all those resources. It's going to understand the way how you would want it from the previous information of yours, the previous purchase of yours. Go to that particular platform, get those information and give it to you handy so that you can actually check it out, the exact information. And when I say that Google is going to dominate, it is actually going to dominate in this particular field. Why? Because in my previous video I also mentioned, and I'll mention it in today's video also, Google has one particular thing that none of the other players in the market have, that is data. Data is going to back Google, and Google is utilizing data in the most efficient and effective manner. Google's data is going to help them make AI models such more efficient and powerful just because of that particular data that they have. And when you talk about search engine with this AI powered or AI mode, it's going to help it much more easier for it to go and search that particular information. I'll be talking about this AI or this data related thing in the upcoming feature that I'll be mentioning in today's video. But understand that when an AI powered mode is being added to a search engine, you will get that exact information what you're looking for, rather than all those ads or all those things. It will go on behalf of you, get those information, and you would have it handy. Just imagine the possibility. The ninth one is Gemini agent mode. Now this is typically an AI agent. When you think about AI agent, it is something that you can't imagine how well your task or things can be completed within a particular deadline. Now, if you're someone who has no clarity in about what is AI agent, how an AI agent works, how well an AI agent can be used, or how an AI agent can be integrated in your particular task or a particular thing that you keep on doing in continuous basis, I'll be bringing up a separate video on this in the near future, where you'll be able to understand how an AI agent works, how you can create an AI agent, how AI agent can be utilized in the most powerful manner, in the most efficient manner that you can think about. AI agents are that powerful. So stay tuned for that. But coming back to today's video, let's talk about this particular thing, that is Gemini agent mode. Now, Gemini agent mode is something where you will be giving Gemini the task, the complete understanding of what exactly you want, on what you're looking forward to, or have this new feature called as where you'll be able to make it understand or teach it that this is what I'm looking forward to, and whatever are your repetitive tasks or those tasks that you want to create, like an automation that you would want it to go on continuous basis, Gemini agent mode is going to do that. Just like an AI agent, understanding that repetitive task, understanding how you want it in a particular manner and working towards it, that is what an Gemini AI agent or a Gemini agent mode is going to do. This is how powerful Gemini agent mode is, where it will understand your behavior, where it will have the data of your previous way, how you have been working on, how you've taught it to be. The training and test model is going to understand that, and it's going to literally create that workflow in an automated manner just for you. So this is how the Gemini agent mode works. Now, the 10th one is Gemini's new model, or Gemini 2.5, the model in the new member in that family. Well, Gemini or Google has already been doing a lot of models, and this is just new member into their family. You can just imagine how Gemini 2.0 was. It was just a new AI model that was killer in the market. It would do the things that you would want. It would get the information that you would want. And all of these things made Gemini so powerful because, as I said in the previous tools that I've mentioned, that is, Google has something that is much more efficient and much more, they can back on, that is data. Similarly, in Gemini 2.5, their new model, what's going to play a key role is going to be data. The amount of data that this has been fed, the amount of data that this is going to have, and the information that is going to extract from the internet, it's going to be that powerful. That Gemini 2.5 model not just comes in just one particular model. It has Gemini 2.5 Flash, Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite, where you have many other features adding on to this Gemini 2.5. Recently, Gemini has introduced the new feature called as deep search. And in this Gemini 2.5, the deep search is, made much more faster, much more efficient, going to get you all those information. As I said, data is going to back Google. It's just going to get all those information in one particular section, in one particular click. And when I say that it's going to do the deep research, it's just going to do something like how Perplexity is doing, where Perplexity is given a task, it will understand what you want. If you're telling it to go much more deeper, understand all the resources, go search from research papers, sources from the internet, YouTube, Instagram, other various platforms, Reddit, all of these platforms, and gather that information and give you that proper summary that look, this is how it is. That is how Gemini's 2.5 model is going to do, but is going to do it in a much efficient, faster, and is going to do it in a much precise manner the way you say it to do. So something that Gemini has just powered up or legged up, which is going to help us use the model in a much efficient manner. Now the 11th one is called as SynthID. Now, have you ever imagined that how all these AI generated videos or AI generated content are going to be so difficult to be recognized, and how there is no watermark and by some organization which says that this is AI generated video, please don't believe it or just take it for the purpose of AI generation or something like this. This is going to be a problem for sure, right? Well, as I spoke in the first, like V3, and then we have Flow, all of these things, and with Gen 4, image Gen 4 that is there, all of these things being there, it's going to be so difficult for us to recognize which is real, which is fake, right? Well, SynthID comes right there of Google's new feature, where it's going to have a transparent watermark behind that particular AI generated content, where Google is going to name it that this is basically an AI generated. Don't make panic, or don't think it too seriously, or from the particular content is going to name it so accurately that you need not worry if it is a real content or a video or a particular thing that you've been watching, or it's is a AI generated. So something like it giving you that protection apart from what you've been waiting for, like V3, Flow, and image, and which is already there, all of these things. It apart from all of these things, it has like a secured way of telling that these are all AI generated, and it's not going to create a problem. I think something like an insurance in what product they're just bringing into the market. So I feel this is something which, and I wanted to talk about this in the video, and that is why I felt that this feature is going to help content creators, is going to help the viewers basically who are watching the videos to understand that this is an AI generated video or AI generated content. So something that we need to really not think much about when it comes about AI generation or things that are not really true. So a secured way of understanding how content is being created by an AI. Now, the 12th one is called as Gemini Text Diffusion. Now, if you want some particular tool that helps you with coding, and or like a coding snippet, or something that solves your problem in your maths, or some particular practical problem that you are solving and you don't really have a solution for it, or some kind of thing that can help you in particular problem of a text basis or a theory basis, where it will able to understand what you want and understand the derived output and gives you those output. This kind of a tool is going to help you a lot, right? And that's what exactly Gemini Text Diffusion is. It's going to be that exact partner that's going to be right next to you, understand your problem, understand the problem that you're solving, math problem or something related to that, or maybe writing a code, a particular line that you're not able to understand, or debugging certain line, is going to be there, understand that, give you those parameters that this can be followed, you will do it much better, or if you follow this can be the derived output. So a complete friendly partner where you are able to understand how you are going to make this much more efficient in terms of programming, in terms of solving your math, or in terms of solving some practical insights. All of these, this Gemini Text Diffusion is going to understand within that problem parameter, and it will give you the output exactly that you want. Now, the 13th tool is Jules Coding Agent. Just like what I've spoken before about the coding, about Gemini's text diffusion, similar to that is this Jules Coding Agent. It's something similar to how an AI agent is, but more of like a virtual assistant that is going to be there. But it is a combination of, I would say it as Replit and more of how GitHub's Copilot is similar to that, where there is a snippet where it's going to understand by just giving you those prompts. You giving in the prompts, it will understand it, or it will give you the code. It will understand your code base. You can change according to the way it wants, and it will give you those insights. If you would go in this particular manner, it's going to help you. If you go in this particular manner, to all of these things with the help of this new Jules coding agent, like a proper agent that understands what you want and gives you the exact output. So this Jules coding agent is something that is going to help a lot of programmers, a lot of people who are deploying their softwares or deploying their programs in things like Firebase or GitHub Copilot or Replit, and collaborate with your team, understand how you can make. I think Jules coding agent is going to add in that extra leg up for you guys in terms of productivity and efficiency when it comes into the market. And trust me when I say this is going to help a lot of people who are in the field of codings. 14th tool, which I will say it as Stitch. Now this tool is something like you can't imagine that kind of a tool. Well, you remember when Nvidia CEO just said that in the next future you don't need programming skills. Whatever matters is how you write a text, how you write a prompt, how well your English is, and you will have a particular software or particular program or particular tool, or a particular the concept of programming or coding will be given to you just in one click. And that is exactly this 14th tool that is Stitch is going to do. You give it a prompt, you say that this is what I want, this is what design I'm looking into. It will literally create those designs, it will give you those templates, it will understand the way you want it. You can change it according to the way, and let's assume that you really liked it. You just click on it, it will give you the complete code. And maybe you want to deploy it, it has a feature where you can actually deploy it. So imagine text, design, code in just one click. And this is what exactly Nvidia CEO told, that you don't need programming skills anymore. You just need to know how you want to put the prompts. You just need to tell exactly what you're looking forward to, and it will just do the same thing. That's how powerful Stitch is. And I am completely looking into this feature. Maybe in the future, I'll be making a separate video on this particular tool, because I've made a video on something called as no code movement. If you've not watched it, do check it out. I'll be dropping in the link. I'll be dropping the link in the description, where I've spoken about how, if you're not even a program, how you can build a no code or how you can build a platform or tool with the help of no code tools, and you'll be able to understand how these no code tools works. This is how the world is changing, where you don't need programming skills, but you need to know a little bit of programming to understand where you can do debugging. But Google's Stitch tool, or this platform what they're bringing up, it's going to be a complete game changer. Now the 15th one is Gemini in Chrome. Now I spoke about Google's search engine with an AI mode, and I spoke about how Gemini 2.5 is. But how about Gemini in your Chrome? What else can you expect from Google? But these are the things that Google are giving you, like in Chrome, where all your tabs are there, where all your things that you do, like your docs, your sheets, your calendar, all of these are there. With the help of one single button in the top right there with the Gemini symbol, you click it, Gemini will understand what you're doing. You can ask it what do you see in front of the screen. It will tell you that this is what you're doing on the Chrome browser. You get something from the Chrome browser, the information related to that. You want something to be added in the Chrome browser, you just tell Gemini, it will do it. You want a complete search, just like how Perplexity does, or just like how Gemini's AI mode does in the search section, it will do it right away in the Chrome section. Imagine giving Gemini this powerful ability to understand what a person does, and it will just have those data stored. When a person searches something in the Google, it will understand the data and give you that exact result that you're looking forward to. Google is just killing in the market in terms of AI models, AI tools, AI features that they can add it wherever possible. That is what Google is looking into. Now, the 16th one, the last one for the day, and I will say one of the best tools that they have bought, apart from what I've mentioned in the whole video. I think this tool is going to help mainly most of the business owners. A lot of news, if there is a news channel that is going to do meetings, or if there's meetings for businesses, if there's a client meeting, or many other meetings that happens, if there's a meeting across the country or somewhere where people from different part of the world, one common problem that is the language, when the other person does not understand the language that you speak. Now, this particular tool that Google bought or launched in their Google I/O 2025 is something that just blew my mind, and it was the best way of concluding everything in the much better manner, and that is Google Meet with the translator update in the section. Now imagine you and another person you have not even met, or you have met but you've never spoken to that person, or the other person doesn't understand what you speak and you don't understand what the other person talks. You need not worry about it. Now we have a new feature in Google Meet where you click on the mode of translation. It will understand what you are speaking, translate it to the other person, and understand what the other person speaks and translate it to you what you would want it to be. It's like, giving Google Meet the ability to understand the way you are talking and just showing it to the other person so that they will understand what you actually meant for. And there's no language barrier from now on. I can say that if Google is able to pull this out and give that promise what they've done, I think it's going to be a killer feature. As I mentioned, the other product that they're going to bring, that is Google Beam, with the help of collaboration of HP. Just imagine Google Meet, Google Beam, a 3D model of yours interacting with the other person, and there's translation. What else can you expect from Google? I think this is one of the best thing that I can imagine with, in terms of interacting with a person in a virtual manner, with not having language barrier, there's not having the interaction barrier. Google is just disrupting in the market. What a way to end every single thing. I think Google has that clear, benchmark what they wanted to keep. Coming to the end of this video, all I have to say is Google is coming for all those AI tools or all those features in the market for every single person in the world. It's actually creating a benchmark for the people that they are going to bring out the best experience for everyone, and a benchmark for all the competitors that we are not small. We are going to give you that competition since before and will continue to give more. I think two things that will play a crucial role right here, that is competition and comfort. Competition for those platforms, for those AI tools that are coming in the market, that how different are you going to be from Google, and comfort for those people who will use these tools or these features to the fullest. I think it's something that we all should be looking forward to, right? Well, all I can say right now is Google has been doing two particular things from before. That is adaptability and dynamic. Adaptability, whenever there's a new situation arising, they have been adaptive. Second, being dynamic. They have not been sticking on to one particular thing. They have always kept being dynamic, bringing in new features, bringing in new things into the market which people will really like. And I think that is what, as we students or business owners, or as a teacher or as a freelancer, should always look into how well adaptive we are, how well we are updated to the latest trend, how we can change according to the market. That is what Google is working on. And I think cherry on this cake, I think it will be data. As I've been telling on the whole video how data is going to back Google, I think that is going to be like a cherry on the cake, apart from you being adaptive, apart from you being dynamic. Now, if you're thinking why I'm talking about data the whole video, how data is going to play a crucial role, I've created a separate video on data, on big data, how data could be utilized in a way, how data is so powerful, in my channel. So I will be dropping that link in the description. Make sure you check it out, where you'll be able to understand how big data plays a crucial role for these kind of companies or big companies. That is how data is powerful. And as I said, data is going to be the cherry on the cake for Google. Now, all I have to say is people will be interested to know how these tools are going to deliver that experience, and people have to use these tools in the right manner, in the right way, in the right time, in the best manner as best way as possible, I can say right now. But all I have to say for now is I'll be bringing up more videos like this in the future, so stay tuned for that. And for now, all I can say is that's it for this video. See you in the next one.